Oh my god, this one is so good. This one is basically filled with passion fruit pulp without the passion fruit seeds. Welcome to Yvonne Meets Food, where I share my passions for making food, eating food, as well as traveling the world to discover and eat even more food. Today we are in Canberra in Australia, which is the capital of Australia. We are spending 3 days exploring the area, both for food, for sights, for wine. So although Canberra is the capital of Australia, it is not the biggest city of Australia as you would probably imagine, because likely if you've never been to Australia, if you're not familiar, Sydney and Melbourne would probably come up as what you would consider the capital. Clearly isn't, but it became the capital after the country was founded as a compromise between Sydney and Melbourne. In the same way that Washington, D.C. is the capital of the US and Ottawa is the capital of Canada, but neither of those cities are the biggest cities in those countries. So we're going to be spending 3 days exploring Canberra and the surrounds, doing a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, and also seeing the sights that you would expect in a capital city. So some of the cool things we've done is we visited the Parliament House, we did a self-guided tour of what that looks like, and then we also visited the Mint to see where all the coins in Australia are made. And we've also done some touring around the wine areas of this area because there's a lot of really great wine. This area is actually known for Pinot Noir as well as Chardonnay. So we got to go to a few wineries in the area to cover those. And then on top of that, this whole area is super hyper local about the foods that are sourced specific to this region. And that is not just the case for wine, but also the case for chocolates, for different salts, and things that are used in everyday cooking in the restaurants that we've explored. So one of the cool places that we found out about is actually really close to our hotel. So that is Enigma Fine Chocolate, which is actually on my TV, as you can see right here. Very close to our hotel. They are very famous for making chocolate locally. In fact, when we were in the shop earlier, we saw the head chocolate maker making the little truffles as we were exploring and doing some tastes. And they are very famous not just for making all the chocolate by hand on site, but they source local ingredients, so local herbs, local fruits that are in the Canberra area. And then on top of that, they are very, very cognizant of where their chocolate is coming from and very deliberate about how they choose chocolates from different countries. So we got the sample pack, which has 6 different chocolates. They're all ranging in cacao from 31% all the way up to 65% chocolate. And they're all sourced from different countries around the world, ranging from Ecuador to the Dominican Republic to Madagascar. And so another thing that Enigma is known for is making sure that all their chocolate is responsibly produced, fair trade, that the people who are actually making the chocolate for us to enjoy are getting fair wages. So it's definitely very important, and it seems like a theme that we've seen overall in our travels around Canberra. So we're gonna take a taste of all 6 of these together today, and then we're gonna see what they're like. We're gonna go from light to dark. So we're gonna start with this white chocolate from Ecuador. It's 31% cacao. You can see it's got this nice sort of sheen on it. It's got this really pretty leaf design, which I saw that they had all of the molds for. So we're gonna start with this one. It's really creamy, it's really soft, very lightly sweet, that's really tasty. And this one is next, so this is going to be the 32% Dulce Blonde chocolate. I'm assuming that dulce is a reference to dulce de leche or caramel, so we're going to try this now. Oh wow, definitely caramelly. It's almost like the white chocolate one, except the caramel really hits you right away. Kind of like toasty and sweet, kind of like almost like burnt sugar. Now this blue one is 40% milk chocolate. So now we're gonna get more chocolatey as we keep going. So 40%. It's very milky, but then at the end, after you keep chewing on it and then letting it melt, kind of starts tasting like more and more dark chocolate. Now we're on our fourth one. This is 46% dark chocolate from the Dominican Republic. It's also got these nice little gold flecks on it. Not a bit hard. This is really rich. There's pretty much like not much milk in this. It's very, very like strong chocolate. It's kind of like dark, bittersweet chocolate that you would want to have in a really, really luxurious chocolate chip cookie. Okay, so this one's Madagascan dark chocolate. We're now on our fifth one. Madagascan dark chocolate is 64% single origin. This one's also hard. Oh wow. This is a much stronger flavor, much bolder. If you're more of a milk chocolate person, this one's probably not going to be for you because the chocolate is like very, very strong. And then the end taste is much, much more bitter than any of these other ones. So this purplish one is the last one of the sample pack. And this is going to be 65% single origin grenadine dark chocolate. So this should be technically the strongest of all 6 of these in the sample pack. So goes. I think I messed up. I don't think this is really dark. I think this one's actually one of the milk chocolates. This is definitely not dark. This is more like the milk chocolate, that's the third one. Maybe I messed up the order. But anyway, they're all really tasty and they're all really good. Yummy. So another cool thing that I actually wanted to mention is that we found out about Enigma Chocolates because the hotel that we're staying at, Midnight Hotel, which is one of the Marriott properties in Canberra, they actually gave this little box of truffles to us as a welcome gift, which is so, so nice of them. So then once we saw this, when we saw that it was local and that it was actually right around the corner from our hotel, we decided to pay them a visit, which is what resulted in this tasting today. So they have these 4 little bonbons or chocolates. They're very pretty. They're all handmade. They even have these really pretty painted designs on the top of them. And they also come with this little guide so you know what you're eating. So if we're looking at the little guide, it looks like this one is the burnt honey caramel. This one is the bittersweet orange. This one is peppermint, the green one, so that makes sense, green. And then this last one, this purple one, is passion fruit. So this hotel is phenomenal. If you ever come to Canberra, you should definitely consider staying at the Midnight Hotel. The service has been incredible. It's been super attentive. Everyone's been asking how we're doing. They've been giving us little gifts. And then on top of that, the biggest thing that we were surprised about, which I've never ever seen in any hotel ever anywhere in the world, is the mini bar is fully stocked and it's free. Free, guys. It's actually free. So whatever you take from it, they'll replenish it whenever you like. And the mini bar comes with really, really nice things, like they have local wine, which we'll talk about later. They've also got those really lovely San Pellegrino like blood orange juices. There's fancy water. In fact, it's actually right here in glass bottles. There's even milk. Who puts milk in a mini bar? Anyway, there's milk and it's in the mini bar and it can be replenished anytime. And then we also got these really yummy peanuts, roasted in duck fat, which is really cool. Anyway, if you're in the area, definitely check it out. Love the hotel. Service has been amazing. This room is actually where we're shooting right now. So this is actually the hotel room that we got. And I love it. Love this place. So you're probably wondering why I'm even shooting in my hotel room as opposed to, say, shooting at the chocolate shop or out in Canberra. So it's super hot today. It's 37 degrees Celsius, which is about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And if we were to shoot this outside, these chocolates would melt super fast. And we definitely didn't want that. They wouldn't have been presentable and that'd be no bueno. We're gonna do tasting of these 4 truffles. And we're gonna go clockwise. Well, you're clockwise. So we're gonna start with the burnt honey caramel. So that has this pretty gold truffle here. It's gonna be easier to navigate than the other ones because there's only 4. Okay. Look how cute it is, like a little bonbon. Okay. Here goes. Oh wow. It's filled with like super salted caramel on the inside. It's super soft. It's like melty already. It's basically like it was just filled with a bunch of caramel. So that was really salt forward, very honey caramelly, very gooey on the inside. So I definitely got my fingers a bit sticky, but it was really yummy. The outside, it felt like it was like a milk chocolate, and that was really, really good. Okay, so now we're gonna do the next one. The next one is a bittersweet orange, which is noted by this nice bright orange color. And then actually, if you look really carefully at this little bonbon, it's got these nice sort of different colors on the outside that I think they probably hand painted. So pretty. Okay. Oh wow. This filling is like bittersweet chocolate on the inside. It's also really melty and gooey on the inside, the way that this burnt honey caramel was, except when you bite into it, it starts gushing out with both orange rind and orangey insides, and it's almost like juice on the inside. It's really good. So this one's definitely very intensely flavored. It's almost like they packed a bunch of softened bittersweet chocolate on the inside and then mixed it with a marmalade-y type mix. Now we'll do the peppermint. Also has a really nice kind of paint job on the outside. So here goes. Ooh, this is super pepperminty. Inside doesn't have any chocolate in it. Well, I don't think it is. It's sort of like very, very strong peppermint paste. It's almost like it might be mixed with some white chocolate. This is very, very good. It's probably one of the strongest peppermint chocolates I've ever had. So now we're on our very last bonbon from Enigma, which is very sad because all of them, both from the sampler pack as well as this little bonbon collection, they've all been really delicious. These flavors have been really strong. So now we're at what I think will be my favorite because I love passion fruit. So that is this one right here. So here goes, last one. Oh my god! This one is so good! This one is basically filled with passion fruit pulp without the passion fruit seeds. This one's the best. It's basically like passion fruit all stuck into a little truffle and de-seeded, and it's very sweet, but then it's tart at the end, which is what makes passion fruit so perfect as a fruit. But this one is like fruit stuck in a truffle, and one of the best fruits. Yum, the best. Gooey gooey. So like I said earlier, another great thing that the hotel has done for us is they've given us basically unlimited free wine from 2 specific wineries. They're in this area, so they're all local. So this specific area of Australia is known for cooler climate wines. Not to say that Canberra is a cold place, but throughout most of the year, other than summer, it is quite cold, which is actually really great for winemaking. And so we went to a number of different wineries, but we were lucky to have these free bottles given to us by the Midnight Hotel that we're going to try. This Shiraz is from 2017. It's from the Murrum-Bateman area just outside of Canberra. So it's a pretty quick drive if you go there. And they have a number of different wineries that are amazing. One of which that we visited was Shaw Wines. There's also a winery called Nick O'Leary, and this is actually produced right here in Canberra. So he has won a number of different awards for winemaking, which has actually put Canberra on the map for being a good winemaking region. So oftentimes when you think about Canberra as the capital of Australia, you're not going to think about it as a major wine producing region the way that you would think about the Barossa Valley in South Australia or Margaret River in Western Australia. But they definitely produce really delicious wines, as we found out today. And we're going to try these two so that we can give you a sense of what to expect when you come visit this area and do some wine tasting. So we're gonna start with the white and then move on to the red. So the white one is from Nicoleary Winery. It is a Riesling from 2016. And then the red that we're tasting is from Long Rail Gully, which is about 40 kilometers north of here, and is a Shiraz from 2017. So we're going to do taste now. Okay. I'm gonna give this a quick swirl. Ooh, it's very fruity. I feel like the first thing that you get out of it is like a very citrusy, like almost limey smell. Not as sweet as I would have imagined from a Riesling, but here goes. Cheers. It's very smooth, it's very easy to drink, it's definitely very fruit forward, and citrus is definitely the prominent flavor that I get when I'm drinking it. This is very good. It's definitely very straightforward, what you would imagine of Riesling, but probably less sweet, definitely not very high in sugar. So now we're gonna have the Shiraz 2017 from Long Rail Gully. And do a quick swish so you get this aerated a little bit. Shirazes in Australia are always yummy. So here goes. Cheers. Oh wow. This one's actually kind of spicy in the beginning. Kind of like peppery. But then kind of like combined with berries or something. Okay. Don't really get that much fruit when you drink it. Definitely more peppery, spicy. It's very, very light and very easy to drink. It's very good. I think both of these would be very good, easy to drink wines that you would have over dinner. The more I swirl this, the more peppery this seems to get. Definitely you can taste more fruit as you start putting more air into the wine. But it's definitely not as jammy as a lot of the other Shirazes that we had earlier in the day at other wineries we visited. Shirazes in Australia are usually very jammy, very fruity, very fruit forward. So this one's definitely more on the peppery side. It's definitely very tasty and really good. This wine actually reminds me of one of the wineries we visited earlier, which we really loved. We loved it so much that we actually bought 2 bottles from there after our delicious tasting. So that place that we went to, the one that was most notable, was Mount Majura Vineyard. So it was a quick drive from Canberra, and we had a tasting there. Also had a delicious charcuterie plate. And then the other added bonus is that while you're doing your wine tasting, you actually have the vineyards as well as kangaroos jumping around in the background. So that was really, really fun and an added bonus. So we got 2 bottles from there that are really delicious. We got a Chardonnay from 2018, as well as a Mondeuse from 2018. This is actually a French grape that is quite notable. This one was super, super peppery and also a little bit fruity, but definitely delicious, which is why we bought it. Both of them are really great. During our tastings today en route, we also stopped by a gin distillery, which was so much fun. It's actually run by a frickin' nuclear physicist who studied in Stony Brook in Long Island. So we kind of bonded over the fact that he had been in New York State, had been in our area, and given all of his amazing learnings, he is now producing both vodka and gin at his distillery that's only just about 2 years old. So we did some gin tasting and we're completely blown away by this vodka that we had. It is super weedy. The smell when you smell it during the tasting is just like, woo, like it just like kind of hits you. Super weedy, super delicious, incredibly smooth, probably the smoothest vodka I've ever had. And if you like Grey Goose or Belvedere, this basically blows both of those completely away in terms of its smoothness, in terms of its taste, and also the fragrance when you're drinking it. So the name of this distillery is BIG River Distilling Co. The person who helped us was actually the owner, nuclear physicist, super cool, really friendly. And we got to try this, loved it so much that we decided to buy it, not for ourselves, but it's actually gonna go to a very lucky person back home as a very nice gift. I would love to be gifted something like this. This is really, really delicious. If you're ever in Canberra, definitely do a trip to Big River Distilling Co. Even if you're not a vodka person or a gin person, I can guarantee you this will definitely change your mind. So Enigma is really great. There's a number of different chocolates that they actually have laid out that you can taste. And of course, we did try both versions of these honeycombs, the dark as well as the milk, as well as a number of others. So they're very nice about samples. They're really delicious. Also drove us to buy these. I would love to actually go back and buy more. That passion fruit chocolate really was insanely good. So I will definitely leave links for all of these different places we visited in the Canberra area in the description box below. I really hope that you're able to come visit these businesses. They're amazing, super local, very friendly when you're in the Canberra area. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. And hope you'll stay tuned, keep watching, hope you will subscribe, and see you next time.